Peace. This is Spiritual Lifting with V. Today's episode is human emotion and reprogramming. It's been an interesting week. Blessings, grand risings to all those. Feel the cosmic dust fall from the sky and absorb into the pores. Spread the day with love, harmony, peace, an open heart, and open spirit. First, let's talk about human emotion. Human emotion. It's one of those things that you can't escape. It's one of the devil's greatest tools. See, you can let go of substance. You can let go of addictions of any type. You can totally bring yourself to a great spiritual heightened plane, and you're still going to have it. Matter of fact, human emotions are one of the things that makes us in this realm. Animals have it, we have it, some say the weather has it. What we do with our human emotions, we cannot allow our human emotions to make us have hate. First part, we need to learn from our human emotions. These can be great tools, or they can be our greatest downfall. Again, you can let go of everything and be in a beautiful space. But that devil, tricky one he is, the negative energy in the universe, whatever you want to call it, will always have that tool to use against you. So, when we are faced with certain things, or certain memories, or certain mindsets and mind states, let's not try to forget to control our human emotions and not let our human emotions control us. These things can be very quick to change an entire life situation or an entire life period. Do you want only to live, or do you want life? Very, very, very different things. Living in life, do you want to live, or do you want life? What would you choose? This next part is reprogramming, which goes along with human emotions and how we deal with our human emotions. Because the human emotion subject matter is so vast and there's so many segments to it. This is something that we go through on a daily basis, right? Ups and downs is what they call it. And it wouldn't make us reside in this vessel if we couldn't have human emotions. We would be androids, and we are not machines yet. So when we're talking reprogramming, we're talking unlearning what we have learned, undoing the teachings that have been taught to us. As I've said before in previous videos, in this life, we are not who we believe we are. We are not what we know we are. A lot of us are only what and who we've been taught to be. This is incorrect. This wouldn't be the greatest version or form of you. But we had to come in the world this way to be shown in order to unlearn everything that we've learned so that we can be free of this mental programming and achieve our highest state possible. Now, there are some who may never, ever, ever do this, who may never, ever, ever see that they've been programmed and even understand or begin to understand how to undo this mental programming. I'm here to help you become free of the programming, mind food. What are you feeding yourself? Are you constantly feeding yourself this false illusion that everything you are is what you've been shown? Everything you are is what you watch? Your whole being? You just want to be another clone? A repeater? Stuck on pause? Can't be a game changer. This shouldn't be. You should want to be that original piece, that square peg in a whole system of round holes. Think about as a child. Did you, and I'm talking about as a young child, we're talking before teenage years, and we're going down to 5, 6, and 7, man. You know, when you first start getting to school, or pre-K or whatever. Was there hate in your veins? Maybe. Very rare few, though. And if so, those souls came into this world that way, because that was their purpose. Did you have racism coursing through your veins? Did you have envy or jealousy coursing through your veins? And I'm not talking about, well, Johnny had the block yesterday, I want it today, and Johnny won't let me have it, so let me go tell the teacher. No, I'm talking about jealousy, the type of jealousy that makes a man kill, that makes a man rob and steal, that makes a man defile his own soul and spirit. Envy, that green thing. Return to a childlike state. Remember the best parts of you. The time when everyday waking was new. You hadn't been taken through the tumbler yet. You hadn't been washed over. You hadn't been lied to. You hadn't built this distaste inside of you. Remember to the deepest, deepest, deepest moments when every day was joy. Seek to live that. In order to begin to undo the programming, it takes hard, deep reflection. Something which I like to call facing. Facing oneself is an extremely hard thing to do. Because once you begin facing yourself, you start to realize that everything you've learned, everything you've been taught, everything you've been shown, good or bad, it's a complete lie. You have to want to go and do the investigation for yourself and not allow people to investigate and learn for you. Better than the internet, there's a book with all the lost knowledge that you want. How many of us want to really truly go seeking deep into that hole, clearing the blockages and freeing the mind's eye? Or do you just continuously want to be wrapped by that boa constrictor and squeezed, lifeless, and just be living instead of lifing? Do you want to live, or do you want life? Do you want to live, or do you want life? What do you want? You must take yourself to deep preparation for the unprogramming, because it's not pretty. You must be prepared to allow the scars to heal. To not be overly disappointed when you realize that you've been tricked. Because at first you'll feel the joy of all the knowledge and information and having the understanding that those things weren't real. And you're at a new base and you can begin again. But then, in that same realization, and you start to realize the truth, which was in another video, walking in the truth, and this is one of the ways to get to walking in the truth. The hurt and the pain and the anger come in. But this is where we must control human emotion and realize that that part is the catalyst to get us to life. Because now we're unblinded and we can finally see for ourselves that there is life. You know, I believe that no one or no thing
That's chilly.
should be caged. No one should be caged. No thing should be caged. Because then this would be a lie. This would not allow you to get to the true potential. Have you ever watched a bird be in a cage and it flaps its wings around, jumping from its perch to the side of the cage, to the ground, to the feeder, and back again? It's not right. If you open up that cage, he immediately or she immediately flies out. And if you open up that window, they fly out that window. Can you imagine if that bird had been in that cage for the first 5 years of its life and then it escaped? And then it went into the wide open skies for the very first time. Would you come back if you were that bird? Do you think at that moment, when he gets to the highest height that he could get to, that he had a realization that I was living, now I have life? Do you think he wants to come back? The world is full of food. It's full of a lot of food. Do you want to eat it, is the question. The mind food that we place in our brains can allow us to undo the programming that has happened to us. Eat the proper foods, meaning gain the correct knowledge. Do not allow yourselves to be distracted, because there are a lot of distractions and they come in the form of these temptations that are out here. Whatever your temptations are, because everyone's temptations are different. Step away. Allow yourself to be free. Choose what you feed yourself on a daily basis. Learn to have power over your emotions so your emotions don't have power over you. I'd like to give a shout out to my man at Don_Gritty. Fantastic music artist. Young brother's trying to do his thing. Also, I'd like to thank Corey and Glenn and Carolyn, Mia, Ariel, Charles. All instrumental this week. Brandon. Listen, if you walk in this world with an open heart and an open spirit, and you choose to start feeding your mind something greater than what you've been spoon-fed, learn to use your hands and your utensils yourself, you can only imagine the great things that you'll see. Go into this world putting out energy, love, and joy. Love every day. Unconditional love every day. Seek the knowledge and the truth. If you've enjoyed this episode of Spiritual Lifting with V, drop a comment. I'm always down for correspondence. And remember, the children are the future and we are the past. But at one point, we were the future. This has been Spiritual Lifting with V. Let me get your soul swole. Peace.